before I became a mayor, practicing lawyer ako. When I became a lawyer in 2003, I was applying for a job in Manila, particularly Senate or Congress, and then I would like to sana to teach in the College of Law. But unfortunately, wala talagang nangyari doon. So until such time na yung father ko was appointed as a municipal judge, pinabalik niya ako rito sa Romblon to take care of his clients at that time. So when I took the cudgels of my father's lawyer of his clients, doon na ulit na-enhance yung kagustuhan ko na maging in public service. So that was the time when I stayed here in Romblon since in 2003 up to 2007, where I first ran as mayor in 2007. Parang wala na masyado tinang pinagkaiba. Parang you have been used to it na. You have been used to it na. In fact, I would be honest to you to say na mas grabe yung pakiramdam ko when I passed the bar exams. Hindi ako makatulog. But when I became mayor in 2007, parang ordinary lang. Because my father used to be the mayor also of this town. Yeah, he was the mayor of this town for 23 years. Mahilig kami sa utan, sa may gata. Mga utan yung basta may mga gata na mga pagkain. Ginatang langka, ginatang kalabasa, ginatang gabi, kahit yung mga seafoods namin na shells, shell foods, ginagata namin yon. Mahilig kami sa gata. Meron din kami yung sinasabi nating budbud. Budbud, may gata din yon, o yung basta mahilig kami sa gata. So, almost like always may gata. Okay, medyo talaga humina. Unlike nung 80s and early 90s, wherein ang mga barko rito ay halos mapuno namin ng mga marble tiles. Ngayon, mga China tiles, medyo natatalo kami. But still, it's still one yan pa rin ang pinagkukunan ng kabuhayan ng mga taga-Romblon. Particularly dito sa may eastern side ng Romblon, where nandiyan ang marble. Meron pa rin kami mga mesa, mga baluster, at yung mga figurines na marami pa rin order sa amin. Pero sa tiles talaga, sa mga pang-flooring, medyo humina kami. Pero nandyan pa rin. Marble pa rin. Marble pa rin. Marami pa. Hindi namin pwedeng ipagkailan na yan pa rin ang bumubuhay sa amin. Aside from fishing and sa karagatan. We have white sand beaches here in Romblon, just like for example Chamban Beach, the Bonbon Beach, wherein sa Bonbon Beach you have the in front of the Bonbon Beach meron kang tinatawag naming Bangog Island, wherein pag low tide, pag very low talaga yung tide, you can actually walk from the beach to the island. So may sandbar siya. So that's one of the famous tourist spots here in Romblon. Tapos meron pa kaming sa Cobrador Island, hindi pa masyado ito na doon sa Cobrador Island, meron na kami doon mga pawikan. Nandun lang sila sa malapit lang talaga sa beach. During high tide, you can actually swim with the pawikans. The pawikans, myself, I've experienced 4 pa lang nakikita ko. But so far, I have already seen the biggest. The biggest is already about 300 kilograms and about 75 years old. Mababaw lang, snorkeling ka lang, makikita mo na sila. You can actually swim with them. Pero mas maganda pag summer kasi maaliwalas, kalmado. So, yun, isa doon. And here in Romblon, maganda rin yung mga dive spots namin. In fact, binibisita na rin kami ng mga ibang mga divers na nagustuhan nila yung mga dive spots namin. And to tell you also, we have 14 marine sanctuaries. Protected areas po yan. Nung una po yan, ang daming nag-aaway sa amin. Kasi daw, mawawalan sila ng areas kung saan sila mangingisda. Pero ngayon, naintindihan na rin nila na siyempre yung mga isda, pag lumaki, kasi maliit yung area nila, lalabas and mapapakinabangan din ng mga mangingisda. So we have 14 fish sanctuaries and Our cathedral, ang St. Joseph Cathedral, napakaganda rin. As I have told you earlier, it was built sometime in 1726. Nandun yan sa retablo ng simbahan, kalagay. So we have also the Port San Andres and the Port Santiago. Ang Santiago medyo hindi na namin beyond repair na. Pero itong Port San Andres nandyan pa rin. Although marami na rin kulang, wala na yung mga kanyo nung araw. Pero nandyan pa rin. So, yun. Mahirap, malungkot, masakit, pero wala tayong magagawa. Nature, hindi natin malabanan yung nature. We only have to be resilient and be prepared enough whenever these calamities would come. Marami sa amin ang totally damaged. In fact, we have about 600 totally damaged houses and about 3,000 partially damaged houses. Pero kahit papano, nandyan pa rin, bumabangon. Kailangan namin bumangon. Siyempre, we have to go around and then meet all these people and give them relief kung ano man yung nararamdaman nila. Nag-ano kaagad kami ng mga relief goods na kailangan nila. And si Congressman Madrona din, yung congressman namin, ay nagbigay kaagad ng 3,000 pesos for totally damaged. And the governor also will be giving another 5,000 for the totally damaged. Sa amin nga kasi masyadong marami at maliit lang yung pondo ng municipal government. Nandyan lang kami sa mga 1,500 per totally damaged households. Kasi maliit lang din ang pondo namin. So we have to divide them equally sa mga totally damaged. Sa Bagyo, siyempre yung Bagyo, lagi nang kaming daanan ng Bagyo. From pagkagaling ng Leyte, pagkagaling ng Pacific Ocean, Leyte or Moc, dadaan talaga ng Romblon yan pag hindi lumihis pataas o pababa. Ang isa naming pinoproblema dito, yung tubig namin. Yung tubig namin. Kasi usually this is the problem of an island municipality, yung tubig. Magre-rely ka lang talaga sa ulan or meron man kayong source, maliit. Pero ngayon, nagagawa na rin namin ng paraan because kami mismo ang munisipyo, we have our level 3 water system, ang munisipyo. Ang medyo problema lang namin, hindi kami makapasok ng husto dito sa bayan because it is being served by the Romblon Water District. So hindi kami kaagad-agad makapasok. But eventually, hopefully, this coming years, if not this year, we will be able to solve our problem with the water supply. Biniray Festival kasi is all about the Santo Niño. With all due respect to the non-Catholics. But siyempre, ako ay Catholic talaga ako and I have my devotion talaga sa Santo Niño. Biniray is all about the Santo Niño. We're in the Spaniards before, they brought the Santo Niño from Cebu. So they stayed here in Romblon. When they are done with Romblon, they tried to ship out the Santo Niño from Romblon. But every time they tried to ship out the Santo Niño from Romblon, bumabagyo. Malakas yung alon, so babalik sila rito. Then it took them 7 times na tuwing sinusubukan nilang dalhin yung Santo Niño palabas ng Romblon, bumabagyo. So on the 8th time, ang sabi nila, siguro Santo Niño gusto mo nang paiwan dito. So iniwan nila yung Santo Niño. Pag iwan nila sa Santo Niño, nakalabas sila ng matiwasay. So talagang yun, kaya sabi nila talagang Santo Niño para dito sa Romblon. So that's the reason why every Biniray, we commemorate that 7 attempts of the Spaniards to bring out the Santo Niño out of Romblon. So pag nagbibiniray po, umiikot po yan ng 7 times sa pier, yung mga bangka natin. Iba. Even when I was still in college, College of Law, ma-absent talaga ako. Just to be with the Biniray, just to be with the Santo Niño. Ngayon, ako yung mayor. So, siyempre, iba talaga yung paghahanda. At it's an honor also here to be the mayor. Kasi, once lang binababa yung Santo Niño, pag piyesta lang. At ang ginagawa dito, yung mayor ang nagbababa. So talagang it's an honor for me na mahawakan ko kasi my father used to be the one na nagbababa kasi for 23 years yung mayor. So when I became mayor in 2007, I was very excited in 2008 na ako yung bababa. So I did that until 2016 and eto na naman ngayon, ako naman ulit ang magbababa. So it's an honor really. At I really see to it na bago ako humawak sa kanya, with all due respect sa nasa state of grace ako para feel ko siya. Ako, personal experience ko talaga, I think that was the time of Yolanda. Malakas yung Yolanda, 360 kilometers per hour yata yung Yolanda. And the forecast then, Yolanda was to hit also Romblon. Leyte, Ormoc, then Sibuyan, then Romblon, Tablas, and wala akong magagawa. We were prepared at that time. I was mayor then. We were prepared at that time. Preparado kami. Kaya lang, sabi ko, pag tumama ito sa amin, wala talaga kami magagawa. Kasi intayin mo na lang kung anong mangyari sa'yo. Pero preparado ka. So, after nun, andun ako sa bahay, nag-iisip ako, ano kayang gagawin ko? Wala. I was then about to take my nap when may nagpaikot na taga-simbahan na mamayang hapon daw, that was November mamayang hapon daw, alas 4 magkakaroon ng misa at ibababa namin yung Santo Niño. That was the first time na ibababa yung Santo Niño, not January, November. Binaba namin yung Santo Niño, nagmas kami. Sabi ko, ay salamat. Pero nung nandun na kami sa simbahan, sabi ko, ba't parang kukunti yung tao? Pero eventually, padami yung tao until such time na natapos yung mass. Then after that, sinakay namin yung Santo Niño sa elk na truck, kami ng parish priest that time, si Monsignor Nestor Gadon, and then nagprocession kami. Nung nagpo-procession kami, sabi ko sa kanya, Mons, nakita mo yung tao kung gaano karami? Sabi niya hindi. Sabi ko, Mons, lumingon ka. Paglingon niya, nagulat din siya sa dami ng tao. At po, yun, bumaba yung bagyo. Ang tinamaan was sa Panay Island. Bumaba siya. Hindi kami tinamaan. Naibalik sa amin ng 2013. Naibenta siya sa isang antique collector sa Aklan. And then, nung kinuha namin, the antique collector, hindi niya kami hininga ng kahit na ano. Basta ang sabi niya, no questions asked, ibabalik ko sa inyo yan. So, bumalik siya sa amin after 21 years. 21 years, doon kami nagkaroon ng dalawang piyesta noong 2013. January, tapos nakita namin siya last week ng January. February 9, nung bumalik siya rito, halos nagpiyesta kami ulit. Ikaw ba naman, wala ka ng saplot lahat. Hindi ka babalik doon sa pinanggalingan. So, wala na, nakuha na lahat nung kung sino man ang kumuha. No? But the Santo Niño is back. Ang mayor kasi hindi forever eh. At alangan naman siyempre lahat tayo mawawala. Mamamatay tayo. Alangan naman pag namatay ako, lalagay ko dun former mayor, ex-mayor. Ang yabang naman nun. Pero I can vouch myself that I can put their ATTY doon sa lapid ako. So, siyempre, yung pagiging lawyer pa rin, kasi that will be forever eh. Ang mayor, hindi naman forever to. Pag natalo ka pa, di si goodbye.